Hello, hello. Welcome back. This is a reading for light workers. If you feel like that is you, please keep watching. We're going to look into the energies that may be affecting you in the month of December. Starting with the Work Your Light Oracle deck. We're going to look at why this card is coming out for you. Okay. So we have transformation. Things are changing at a cellular level. Deep healing. Let's find out what this card is about. Since things are changing at a cellular level, you are not who you were a year ago or who you soon will be. You are in between, emerging, half risen, half falling. Keep doing the work. You are transforming. You will look back at this time in awe. So much is happening in your inner world and within your cells. It's time to release old ways of being that have kept you in fight, flight, freeze mode. To choose a new way of being where trauma is not the driving force. Old childhood patterns are rising up to be healed. As you allow yourself to observe them and feel them without detachment, they loosen their grip and fall away. You are being called to find new ways to self-soothe. Saturn and the Black Madonna and the African goddess Oshun influence this card. Saturn represents destruction and transformation. The Black Madonna represents the underground and all that has been cast aside. And Oshun represents the tender love of the original mother. A rethreading is happening, healing at the deepest of levels. While you are in this phase, don't put yourself under pressure to perform. You may need to review your relationship with your body, perhaps even shifting your diet or exercise regimen for getting energetic healing support. You may also need to consider some kind of emotional support as issues from your childhood may come up to be healed. You are deeply loved. The Work Your Light activation for this card is hold this card to your heart and say, I allow myself to receive the deepest healing and transformation for change to happen at a cellular level. And I think this is just speaking to you during spiritual upgrades, going through spiritual upgrades, kind of like we did last year. But this year, there's definitely going to be shifts and changes taking place because we have an eclipse. And then we got a full moon with, I don't know why all this starts happening now. We got a full moon right around the time Venus goes retrograde. So there's lots of energy shifts taking place right now. Lots of changes happening internally and externally. So we got new moon and Mercury. New moon and Mercury came out. New moon and Mercury, the god of communication. So with the new moon card, it represents new energy, something that's brand new, something that's starting. You could be creating something new, beginning something, a new phase. It represents the subconscious and the conscious mind sharing the same plane. So this means that you should focus on your aspirations and your emotional desires. If you plant the seeds, they shall grow. Think of the new moon as a blank page where you control the story. What do you wish for the most? This card can also be, this can be a period for uncertainty and insecurity because we cannot see the moon's glow. So I think it's important for you to tap into your ability to communicate with the occult realm. With Mercury being here, Mercury is the messenger, rules Gemini and Virgo. It's a planet of air, rules the 3rd and 6th houses of the natal chart. Some keywords are communicate, logic, mental pursuits, intelligence, routine, and socializing. If you've been experiencing or expecting news or communication about an important issue, it is right around the corner. Maybe you don't see any signs about it right now, but something is going to be communicated soon. When you receive it, be sure to logically weigh the pros and cons before sending back your answer. And it could be in regard to beginning a new chapter, starting something new. Due diligence is key when Mercury is involved. Our brain is an amazing organ. It keeps the rest of our body working. It tells our body, it tells our heart when to beat. And make sure that we eat food and drink water and lets us communicate our needs. Mercury is reading the signals that you must make to take these needs, to make these needs known. Not expressing yourself leads to a buildup of anxiety. You can't expect other people to read your mind. There is a theory that we are the product of our thoughts, that we cannot exist without them, but we know that isn't true. A person a person in a vegetative state exists, but they don't have the capacity to reason or think. Thoughts can be a conscious action. Positive ones lead to a positive attitude, and negative ones lead to a negative attitude. So there could be a transformation of their thought process, the way you're thinking, the way you express your thoughts. Oh, before I pull the tarot cards, let me pull one from the Kipper deck. Can I get one more card for December Lightworkers? Thank you. We got expectations. So yeah, if you're waiting on something, expecting some type of communication, some type of correspondence, this can also be a 3-month wait period. So maybe you've been waiting for 3 months already. Okay. Wanted to see if something else was going to come out. Change flipped over, but it did not come out. See, change. All right. Card 28, expectation. So she's waiting on something. It means a pause, a waiting period, no action or motion, no forward motion. More abstractly, it's a time for observation, reflection, contemplation, thinking things through, patience, and non-action. Let the events ripen on their own accord. This card is traditionally associated with the 3-month wait. It describes our own expectations, wishes, and hopes. It also makes clear that you should be patient in order to reach your goals, since your situation is more dependent on the outside world. In love, it can indicate that you're wishing for a partnership and still have to wait. In professional matters, you should be patient as time is working for you. Although this is a card of longing, it advises waiting rather than forcing the issue. It's best to let things happen in their own times. It's sometimes referred to 3 months patience. So, waiting on something. It could be while Venus is retrograde, getting clear, mapping things out with Mercury, getting mentally clear on where you want to go, which direction you want to head. Let's clarify these cards. With the new moon, we have the 4 of Pentacles reverse. 4 of Pentacles reverse can mean you feel insecure about something, unstable. The new moon, it did represent something about insecurity. It could be a dating or expressing your personality. Sorry about the background noise. It could be dating, expressing yourself creatively, a creative passion or pursuit of some sort. You could be feeling left out in the cold or no longer feeling neglected. Maybe you did at one point feel like you didn't belong, or you couldn't be a part of what everybody else had going on. You're making some type of improvements on your self-expression, the quality of self-expression, developing some security perhaps. It could be financially, but I feel like it's your personality. Maybe when it comes to your gifts, whatever your gifts are, there's changes and transformations taking place. So maybe you just feel insecure or unstable, unsure of things because you don't know what's happening. You're in between, like this reading is saying. You're in between. So maybe you're coming out of a place where you feel kind of left out. Maybe you're starting to vibe with other people who are like you, meeting some like-minded individuals, some kindred spirits. Maybe you're finding a creative, sorry, my lips are chapped. Maybe you're finding a self-expression, creative self-expression, excuse me, that doesn't make you feel so left out. It makes you kind of feel like you belong a little bit, or at least you feel secure within yourself. And so you know where you belong, who you belong to, who you belong with. You're getting there. You're developing a sense of self, and it's still growing. You're still changing. You're still in between because it is still the night, but you're starting to develop a little bit of charisma and character, not feeling so insecure anymore, not feeling so unstable. This can also be like the comfort zone, the Four of Pentacles. But with it in the reverse, it can mean that you're getting out of your comfort zone. You could be uncomfortable and learning how to get comfortable with being uncomfortable, if that makes sense. With Mercury, we have the Knight of Pentacles. Slow and steady wins the race. Taking small steps towards the way, like adjusting the way you express yourself, the way you allow your thoughts to be communicated, the thoughts that you allow to come through. When it comes to reevaluating, just taking your time, making it a part of your daily routine, like maybe adding meditation to your daily routine, affirmations, journaling, some type of expression or communication with spirit, with yourself, with your guides, but slowly implementing it into your lifestyle, slowly making changes, slowly moving in that direction, little by little, being very practical and being very patient with yourself with the Knight of Pentacles. Let's further clarify. We got the Page of Cups came out, but I'm putting it back. Thank you. We got Five of Cups. Five of Cups and Ace of Cups. So I think the message is there may be disappointments. There may be some losses. There may be some grieving. You will make some mistakes, I think is ultimately what this is saying. And you can't allow it to, your feelings can be hurt, but you can't allow it to keep you down. You can't stay in this place of sadness, depression, and disappointment because new opportunities will come. You will make mistakes. You'll figure it out, but all won't be lost and you'll be, back on your feet in no time. And just, it can be like emotional losses. This can also speak to your spiritual gifts. So maybe you feel like you missed out on an opportunity to follow your gifts or to tap into your gifts, but a new opportunity will come. And it's just important to be patient with yourself and take your time as you learn to adjust and to get clear with these gifts. You can have some type of clairvoyance, clairaudience. Yeah, specifically. Okay, now we have the Two of Cups reversed with the expectation. Somebody could be waiting on some type of relationship to end. It could be an imbalanced relationship. You could be waiting on the relationship to turn itself back around, to become more balanced. But it's a Two of Cups relationship. It could be romantic. It could be platonic. It's a partnership of some sort. It once was balanced. It probably involved lots of love, compassion, or creativity. But it's either in an unbalanced state or somebody's waiting on it to end. Waiting on something to change about it. Show me the Two of Cups. We have the Nine of Wands. Somebody's ready to give up. It's been hard. It's been tough. They've been through a lot. And they're close to the finish line, but they're like, I don't know, man. This is tough. I don't know if I want to keep doing this. Show me more about the Two of Cups reverse. Okay. So we got the Hermit card. So somebody could be spending time alone. getting to know oneself, doing some soul searching, doing a lot of meditation, doing a lot of introspection. Venus is about to go retrograde, so it makes perfect sense. Some people are already tapping into this energy. The pre-shadow period has happened. So somebody could be wanting to spend more time alone. And as you spend more time alone, you could drift away from this relationship. Or somebody could be growing in one direction and the other person could be growing in another. And you could just be sitting around waiting to see what's going to happen. And until then, you're just kind of like standoffish, a little bit defensive, doing your own soul searching and shadow work. Like, old childhood wounds could be coming up for you to be for you to heal and deal with. And if you're in a relationship right now, that person could be triggering you. So you could be keeping them at a distance, perhaps, so that you don't kind of like snap on them or take it out on them. Let's do a little bit further clarification. I want to look at this Five of Pentacles. We got 2 5s here. Five of Pentacles reverse, please. Thank you. So we got the Ten of Swords. Maybe you just got tired of thinking about how neglected or abandoned you felt. But this does represent making improvements. So this Ten of Swords represents just feel like maybe you just got beaten down. You got to the point of no return. You just couldn't take it anymore. And this could be how you spoke to yourself. You could have spoken very harshly or very negatively towards yourself, but this represents some type of slander, betrayal, something cutting you very deeply and wearing you out. But it's over. It's done, and maybe now you're just trying to recreate an identity for yourself, express yourself in new ways. Have more personality, more charisma, and see the lighter side of things. With the Knight of Wands, maybe channeling it into art or some other creative aspiration of some sort. But this shows that there was some type of depression at some point. There could have been some anxiety, ADHD, or some other mental illness, or something that could have mentally worn you out or cause mental exhaustion. But it represents an ending of something. It's over. Whatever it is, it's over. Let's look at this Five of Cups while we're here. Five of Cups. We got the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles. For the Five of Cups, I think it just represents like when you grieve, you allow your emotions to pass. You invite new opportunities in. You don't allow those emotions to take up space. You allow the emotions to pass, and then you can advance to this King of Pentacles energy. Starting at the Knight of Pentacles, you can get to this King of Pentacles energy and have that establish that security, that boundary, that level of responsibility and discipline. Where you don't have to think about it. It's just automatic. And Nine of Wands and the Hermit. Let's look at the Nine of Wands. Somebody could also just be kind of checking social media a lot. Checking their emails. The Hermit card showed itself again to me. The Page of Swords for the Nine of Wands. Somebody could be keeping a distance, but kind of like spying, keeping an eye out on things, asking about you. Maybe you don't know that they're interested or that they're trying to keep in touch with you or keep in the know about you, but they are. With the Page of Swords, somebody's asking about you, checking on you, checking your social media page. You see like this laptop, they keep trying to get themselves to stop checking. But something about this relationship not working out, failing, falling apart, drifting apart, becoming unbalanced. You could be expecting to hear from someone, or somebody could just be thinking about you, spying on you. But whoever this is, they've been through a lot, and they're thinking about giving up, but it's like they're still in it, but they have questions. They want to know something. They're curious about things. So they could be just doing some soul searching. With the Page of Swords, I think this is just like a reminder to ask questions, to pay attention to the small details, especially with Mercury being here. Ask questions, communicate, pay attention to the details. Oh. Hermit, please. More Virgo energy with the Nine of Pentacles. So this is an energy of independence, self-security, being self-assured, feeling attractive, feeling good about your accomplishments, feeling good about yourself, knowing your worth, establishing healthy boundaries. This could represent someone being single. So maybe previously, like, you were defensive about things ending, but now you're just like, I'm good. Somebody's watching. Somebody's watching the other. Maybe you could be looking at each other's pages or something like that. It's interesting because it's if I can hold on for it. Because the Hermit and the Page of Swords have the same energy, and the Nine of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands have similar energy. So it's like y'all are mirroring each other. It's just imbalanced. Something about this is imbalanced. Either the masculine and feminine energy within is imbalanced, something about your situation internally is imbalanced, or the relationship that you're involved with. Somebody's defensive, wanting to quit, wanting to give up. It could be the masculine side of things. And then once you start asking questions or getting curious or paying attention to the details, something about this becomes more stable, more attractive. Maybe it's just being single, being solo, being independent, being self-sufficient. Maybe at first it's foreign to you, but now you're like, okay, I like this. And then we have the High Priest coming out it came out with the Nine of Pentacles. I was going to put it back, but I decided to keep it out. Taurus energy. The High Priestess represents like a mentor, a guide. It can represent also tradition. So you could be establishing your own traditions, or getting in tune with more ancient traditions. Traditions that have been around longer than whatever spiritual aspects you were brought up in. The High Priestess represents a guide, a mentor, someone who provides advice or guidance. You could be looking to this person, looking to spirit, looking for counseling of some sort, mentorship. Just ask questions and pay attention. Pay attention to everything. All this Mercury energy, Virgo energy. Okay, let's get a crystal for you. Hopefully this reading makes some sense. We get a crystal for the light workers. All right. I'm going to pull a creativity oracle card also. All right. Stuck. You may be stuck because you are overly attached to a method or a piece. Person, a situation, an environment, something like that as well. Could be keeping you stuck. I'll see if there's any keywords in the book about this card, but your three crystals are muscovite, malachite, and howlite. Muscovite, malachite, and howlite. So muscovite is the pragmatic. It says, who needs it? The pragmatic, empirical, and the reasonable. Anyone who has ever asked themselves, how did I not see that coming? I think this is kind of how you're feeling, being a little bit defensive, expecting things to go one way and then kind of wondering why they don't, and eventually becoming okay with it or something like that. Where to put it? Against your forehead while peering into the future. When to use it? When I want to believe is your MO. When you feel like you've been missing the signs. When you have a problem logic won't solve. When you've blown the lid off with too much meditation, microdosing, or moldavite and need to get a grip. Develop some foresight. So yeah, I do feel like it's going within fine-tuning your foresight and your introspection, so that you can see things coming and paying attention to all the signs. You could be replaying events and going back and detailing certain things about it. And before you know it, that could be what contributes to you feeling more secure in your gifts, more stable, more reliable. All right. So malachite, who needs it? The overflowing in creativity, but lacking in follow through. All the business, all the time set. Where to put it? If you're trading cryptocurrency, writing television pilots, or starting up the next giant tech giant, try some malachite in your workspace. When to use it? When the concrete jungle has you disconnected from earth beneath it. When you've just got to have the money, the power, and all the glory come and all the glory, come at it with heart forward, sustainable energy, courtesy of malachite. Claim your success. And I do think that's the high priestess energy. I think you want to be a guide. You want to be able to set an example for others. You want to be a mentor. You want to help establish new traditions and new patterns in your environment. And this is going to help you get there. This is a great crystal for Taurus. And if you have any Taurus placements in your chart, this can definitely help you. But to stabilize that energy that you want to create and build success, a balanced, loving success, because Taurus is ruled by Venus. Venus also rules money and love. So yeah. Malachite. Howlite. Also, this who needs it? The overstimulated minimalist living in a maximalist world. Where to put it? Wherever you need some breathing room, and when to use it. When you need a break from the never-ending onslaught of DMs, meeting requests, and trending stories. Less is more, none is most. Howlite can help. Organize your headspace. So yeah, getting clear mentally, sorting through some things. You may have to let go of some things, and that can make you feel a little sad, make you feel like there's a grieving period where you have to mourn certain things, but it's going to provide you with more clarity and sharpen your gifts. So with stuck being here, it says that it's a reminder that creativity takes you on a journey of exploration, and you should let it lead you where it wants to take you on its own time. Being stubborn or closing your mind or heart to alternative approaches or results can cause you to build walls of resistance right in the middle of your road to progress. The best way to deal with being stuck is to stop grasping so tightly and relinquish control, even if only for a few moments, so that new ideas can arise and be considered. Don't be afraid to ask for help. If you have asked about selling a project, this card means that you are stuck in it for now. So yeah, maybe that's what you're mourning. Maybe you're sad about still having to see something through, but understand that once you do, there will be new opportunities. There will be lots more fulfilling that you'll be happier to engage in. You may have more responsibility. They may require more responsibility, or your discipline and your diligence may increase during this process to award you with those opportunities. I really hope this helped. If you're a light worker, please check out my other readings and like, subscribe, and you can subscribe on Patreon for early and exclusive content. Until next time, peace, love, and light. Bye.